Alright guys, welcome back. Luke here from the Chunky Travellers. Now I've done a bit of a boo-boo because I filmed before this, deleted all the footage. Don't ask me how or why, but it happened. So we're just going to kick off from right here. So I'm going to let you know where we are. Got the turbo off, got the radiator out, and we did that because the radiator had some damage in the seal. So I've had that repaired by a mate of mine, which is just this part here. We just had to, so we'll get a new cat too. But so Gladstone radiator service set us up with this fella here. So we just put this whole new piece on because the seat had a bit of a cut out of it from when me and Ryan have drilled for one of these barbs. So that's sorted and ready to go back in. Turbo, we had to, what did we take? Oh yeah, so we're swapping turbos, and we've gone away from the China stuff, and we've got this fella. I'll just bring it out here. So this was from Chris, who is tuned by Chop's brother. So big thanks to Chris, because this thing is going to be pretty sweet. So what we've done, we had to change back to ours, so we've had that welded on by K&S Sheetmetal. This one's fully rebuilt, billet turbine in there. What we've also done, our housing got eaten up pretty bad by the last turbo, which I probably deleted that footage, so I'll show you that. So this one, all these rear blades are absolutely cooked. So we decided to leave that one, keep this factory housing, which meant we had to weld up the wastegate. So welded up the wastegate. I've got my hands on one of these from Mumba. They're actually reasonably priced. These are like a mod for factory Falcons XR6 turbos, and it just gives you a V-band mainly is the thing. Especially when you're going external wastegate, which obviously we are using external wastegates. So that should be heaps better. We're not going to run coolant in this one. We're just going to delete the cooling for the turbo, just run oil. So all I'm waiting on is the other difference with these is this here is a T3 flange. We have a T4 flange on the manifold, so you can buy like a cast adapter that goes from T3 to T4, but it also gives us like a 2-inch raise of the turbo, so that's pretty cool. No real benefit to that, just gives you room for bolting everything up. But other than that, everything's going to stay the same. I'm going to try and get a reducer for it'll be to expand from 3-inch to 4-inch so we can run the original hood exit. Otherwise, I'll just get them to make up a 3-inch hood exit for that. The other thing was the flywheel. Previously, we smashed all the torque converter bolts, which are right here. So this is our torque converter, and as you can see, every single torque converter bolt got sheared off, which I'm not really sure why. We've heard like stories that when the paint flakes away, it leaves the tiniest of gap and leaves them room to wiggle out, but I don't know, I'm not sure. So we Loctited them and everything, so maybe they just backed out ever so slightly, I'm not sure. But anyway, in any case, they are buggered, and that also damaged our flywheel. You probably can't see very much, but we had to pull the flywheel off just to double check it. There was a pretty substantial oil leak, but I've later realised that is just a rocket cover gasket. So it has just popped out at the back of the head there. Yeah, so that should be a nice easy fix anyway. Just pop the rocket cover off and set the gasket back into its place. yeah, so a couple of things I've got to do before. The idea is we're heading down to the stadium burnouts, I think it's called, down in Bundy at Carina Speedway. And that is on the 14th, so we'll be down there on Friday. Going to camp the night there and hopefully do skids all day and all night on Saturday. Got to have it to chop in Rocky, in Gracemere on Wednesday. So what's today? Thursday. So yeah, Thursday to Wednesday, I've got to have the box in, all this other stuff done and running. So yeah, I'm going to crack on and yeah, I'll show you a few bits and pieces along the way. Radiator, that's in. I've just got this cap's a bit dodged. We also, Gladstone radiator service, he recommended finding a new cap that potentially could hold 20 psi, and that could save us a whole lot of dramas as well. So that's happening. Turbo, nothing's happened with that. I was just trying to figure out, because what I've got to do is get the exhaust. So we got a 4-inch dump. We need a 3-inch dump, but I want to use the 4-inch just because it's got all the bungs. But worst case, they can't adapt it close enough, then we'll just go 3-inch and I'll get a couple of bungs thrown in there. Flex plate, it's on. Super tight. I think I got it, torqued it to like 80 foot-pounds or something. Plenty of Loctite, bit of grease on the head of it. Laughing. So once that torque converter's done, it can all just go back in, gearbox back on. Yeah, so that's where we're at. So I'm going to go sort out a radiator cap, get these few things done, and yeah, we'll see where we end up. Well, thanks to the boys at Gladstone Exhaust and Suspension, we have our dump pipe. So we just reduced it. It's actually a 3-inch V-band, and we had 3.5-inch pipe, so we just reduced it down. Bloody mint job. So that's the exhaust done. Turbo's pretty much ready to go. I just got to throw a drain on it and blank off these water jackets, and we're pretty much good to go. The one painful thing that I did struggle with yesterday was the torque converter. Nobody really wants to touch it, and anyone that did, they wanted like $1,000 to remove 4 bolts. So I'm gonna just attack it myself, as I'm not spending $1,000 on it. So I'm just gonna I bought a pin punch, and I'm just gonna try and crack the thread, I guess, like try and just get them to release. If I can do that, I could probably just wind some of these out. And if that doesn't work, I got nuts and washers, and I'm gonna weld the washer to the thread or the bolt that's broken in the thread. Then I'll weld a nut to the top of that, and hopefully I can get it to crack off that way. And after that, I have no freaking idea what to do with it. So let's just hope that works, because that's the only thing holding us up from putting it all back together. And that T3, T4 adapter. So once that comes and we get these bolts out, it's pretty much just a process of throwing it all back together and yeah, and going doing some skids. Well, that was a breeze. I honestly can't believe how easy that came out. Very happy I didn't spend $1,000 to get them removed, because yeah, all I did, tack a washer, nut onto the washer, and then out she comes. And that's what we're left with. So slight little bit of damage there, but I've buffed them flat, as flat as I can anyway, without digging holes. And yeah, I cleaned. So I think what our issue was is the paint. So we didn't have a metal on metal surface, so it allowed the fraction of a movement. And because these bolts are like a high tensile, as soon as that, even the smallest amount of movement, shears them straight off. So that's what I'm going to put it down to. So I've cleaned the paint off. I'm going to get new bolts. I'm going to Loctite the snot out of them, and just send them home. So hopefully that is enough to keep it all together, because I'm sick of every event having to pull this damn gearbox out. So that's that. Yeah, oh man, I'm so pumped. I'm so happy that's done. Yeah, dump up I've showed you. The other thing that I've got, so we got this. Now you've probably seen us many a time putting clamps on our brake lines and stuff, and it works, 100% works, but the only thing is it's painful and it's time consuming. But that's where this fella comes in. We're gonna, so this is just an inline ball valve that can handle, I think it was 800 psi or something phenomenal anyway. And yeah, that inline, we're probably going to run it up into the cab so we can, even when we're drag racing, we can clamp the rear brakes, do a skid, warm the tyres, put the brakes, turn the lever, brakes back on. So that is going to be a bit of a game changer actually for us, I reckon. Or just, yeah, it's just going to be so much better, so much better. So that will hopefully go on before the stadium burnouts. Not sure if it will or not, but that's, I'm hoping to. That'd be really good. Yeah, I think we're on a bit of a win here. We are doing very well. So yeah, I'm just going to move on to the next bit, get this gearbox ready to go back in. We've got to go get some bolts, but this is my next thing actually. I'll go get some bolts and make sure I can get some decent bolts. Yeah, we'll see where we end up. So that was the other thing I forgot actually, is the rocker cover is leaking. So I'm just going to quickly bust that out. All it is the seal's just been squished out the back, so it caused quite a major leak. So we're going to just lift the rocker cover, set that back in position, tighten it down, and that is that. So enjoy the time lapse. I'm going to throw that on. Well, there we go. That there was the problem, and it looks like it's got a little nick in it there because of it. Yeah, we've pinched that seal, so it was sitting like so, and yeah, and obviously they were tightened down, pinched between there and the head. So we'll grab one of them while we're out, grab a rock cover gasket, and that'll be the oil leak fixed. So it's looking really mint under here too. All the cans are looking sweet. Yeah, she is looking beautiful. Ready for a beating, I think. So we'll definitely have a due for one. Been sitting in the shed for too long, but
Alright guys, hello, I'm back. I'm back from holidays. Good to have me back.
yeah.
Hey mate.
It's in here having a go finally. No.
I'm always having a go. At the missus, at the kids.
At the fridge.
At the fridge. Yeah, okay. Little update on Bavy. So Luke's been slaving away for like couple of hours at least.
Last 2 years.
Couple of weeks. So we got, Lukey did. I say we, but that's just...
No, say we.
Okay. We. Yeah, all the converter all bolted in. Everything's back together except for the turbo. Turbo's not on. So we've gone today, actually, I've gone and got, because we have a T4 flange with our exhaust, and the turbo, the new turbo we have, has a T3 flange. So we've had to go, we've been waiting on a...
Yeah, I have bought one. I bought this exact thing, just good.
Yep. Non-home built.
Yeah.
So, but the shipping is behind, so it's not going to be here in time. We're supposed to be tuning tomorrow with Chop. So today, exhaust shop went and bought a T3 and a T4 flange. It's just some flat bar that I cut up, and Luke's gone and welded it together. He's going to put this on. This is not a T4 flange, turns out. So
I'm not sure what sort of flange it is, but it's not a T4. So.
But unfortunately, so we were sold the wrong flange. can just see it's just half a hole out. So,
that means we can't get to tuning tomorrow.
Yeah. So BAVERICK was supposed to be loaded up on the trailer tonight, down up to the chops tomorrow morning, but yeah, it's going to take too long to get a new flange done. And but look at that though, it's leaky. Hey?
It's not a bad weld job.
Yeah. Well, if you want to buy this, we don't know what this is for, but if you want to buy it, it costs us $61 just in
materials.
So add here's half an hour of half an hour?
Yeah, it's $280.
Yep, and then my cutting job with the grinder, that's $7,000 because I'm...
We should probably minus $275 then. You cut it off.
So this is for free. If anyone wants to...
I'll get it.
So yeah, but it's unfortunate because this is actually pretty good for a home job. And
it would have got us to tuning.
Yeah.
That was the goal.
And the other one that's coming, we could have just slapped that on, but now this is just a... And
the other one is now like a week delayed, not just tomorrow or whatever. So
delayed it again. So, but you know, today Tuesday, and then the tuning was tomorrow Wednesday, and then the burnout comp was Saturday. So, but we're done.
Yeah, cooked again.
But it's all right. We'll get it all finished.
Well, at least gives us a chance to really do a few test runs and start making this thing what it should be. So,
anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Stay chunky.